How about it? You know what? There we go. That's about as close as I want to get it. And the audio that we got coming in is pretty strong. How is everyone doing today? Oh my goodness. Let me get some. Man, I got 3 monitors now, and it is working for me. But it's also kind of difficult to get around this. You know why? Because we're playing a mobile game today. Look. That's what's streaming right now, is my phone. How sick is that? It's pretty sick. So, all the kiddos are asleep. Blue Kitty's asleep. She's sick. We were all sick this weekend. But we're playing ManaStrike. Now, ManaStrike is a new game. Okay. Oh shit, I forgot. I'm not supposed to be clicking. It's on my phone. I'll figure this out. Battle Rewards. I'll explain all of this in a second, okay? Battlestrike. New game. Netmarble. You guys didn't see that part. I saw when I started it up, but new game. It is hard to describe the kind of game that this is. We're seeing a little bit of lag because of the way I'm mirroring onto my PC, but it's gonna be okay because it is almost an auto battler in terms of like how auto battlers have been in like this recently. You know what I'm saying? So auto battlers are kind of like if you took a MOBA and combined it with almost chess, almost draft. This is if you took the chess part of an auto battler and slapped MTG on it, if that makes any sense. We're going to go over it right now. I have to get used to not touching my keyboard. I have to grab my phone, which I got a new pop socket for anyway, but we're going to explain it real quick. This is your homepage. Whichever deck you currently have equipped, that's what kind of shows up over here. On the left side over here, there's a bunch of buttons. When you start out, you won't have all of these. You'll have this one on the top where it says your rank and your name. It also says Sour Patch on mine. That's the team that I joined. We're going to make a new team ourselves because I don't care much for this one. You can join a team. It's kind of like a guild. You can request cards, and then you can buy cards that the team I don't think that they gave, but cards that the team has or something, you can buy them from there. I think I can leave this team. Can I leave the team? Oh, I can. Oop, there we go. I can join a new team after 12 hours. You know what? So after 12 hours, we'll start our own team. Create. No, I'll do it right now. Enter team. Wolf. Den. That's pretty dumb. Let's think of something good. How about we do this at the end? We'll do that at the end. I don't need a team right now. So now the team name got taken off my name. This is what you're gonna have. You first start out. You can kind of pick an emblem, and the more you play, the more points you get. The more emblems you can unlock. Those are kind of like your avatars for the most part. You got your score, your rank, and then a team, and then your recent deck, which we'll go over in a second. This purple star is your ranking system. Every time you win games, you get points towards your rank. See, the more you go, it's your general kind of ladder thing where you get fancy packs, and these gems are premium currency and stuff like that. This Magic Pass is kind of like the season pass in Magic Arena, or you can purchase it and you get like a free hero, which is kind of cool. And then once you move along this reward scale, if you have the upgraded version, then you get this purple stuff on the bottom. So I missed out on, like, I don't have Koth as a hero, and then I also don't get any of these other bonuses. But I've been working my way through it a little bit. And it tells you how much time is in the season. There's the shop, daily shop stuff. Ooh, I get free cards. Nice. Pick those up right now. And then you can buy planeswalkers for, some of them you can buy for normal currency. Some of them are locked until you get rank. I think all of them actually you can buy with normal currency, but you can pay to win, pay to get more coin, or gold coin. Yeah, I said that correctly. Or you can buy some gems. You can buy packages. It's all there. It's all the usual mobile free-to-play game stuff, right? Down here you got your menu, bunch of little buttons over there. I have no idea what these functions are. I think they're just help functions. I tend to not hit them. And then this one is your mastery based depending on which deck you're playing, or which planeswalker you're playing. So now let's get to the fun stuff. These packs here, these are your battle rewards. You have to get 3 little plips down here, and then you will, those 3 little plips, and then you get that that pack. And then it kind of moves on until you get all the packs, and then it'll reset, I think, twice a day, and then you're cut off for like the rest of the day until it resets. So there's like a limit to how many games you should play, but if you want to climb rank, you want to climb up the ladder, you gotta just grind those games. So now these are our cards. It's separated by color, and each color can obviously use artifacts because they're colorless. The artifacts are these brown ones. The borders are the rarity, so this is a gold card, a rare card because it's gold bordered. This is an uncommon because it's silver bordered. This is a common card, it has the brown border. And then the banners, which are the mana cost also, those denote the color. So this is my red deck, white deck, green deck, black deck, and blue deck. Not really in any order. I can just click on my planeswalker and switch that around to any other planeswalkers that I unlocked, or any of the ones I currently have. And each one has an adjacent skin. I don't know how this skin is obtained yet. I'm assuming it's just the more you play with that deck. Like maybe the top tier reward is like the skin. Not entirely sure about that one. And then cards, they work kind of differently because when you play these cards, it's like in a MOBA. They're people. They're like units or their spells. They actually do different things than they do in Magic. So this guy, right, Stormfleet Swashbuckler. When you play him, he's a unit with 780 HP, 321 attack. He's a ground movement type. So there's ground and there's air. Air is basically flying. So a ground unit can only attack a flying unit if it has that ability to attack a flying unit. This guy range attack against enemy air and ground units using a piercing arrow. So you can't hit piercing arrow, but it means something. The piercing arrow right here, attack effect penetration. So if there's any leftover damage, it'll keep going. Or I think the projectile just keeps going no matter what. And if ranged AoE attack, and then it shows you range, the attack speed 1.5 per second. These are all kind of MOBA stats that you need to keep track of. If you swipe to the right, it just has some flavor text. I'm not sure if that's the same flavor. Actually, it's not, because the planeswalkers have flavor text too. You can also hit the preview button. Sorry. And it kind of shows you an animation of how any of it works. That's the basic attack. Let's go over here. This is lightning bolt. This is shock, right? So this is a spell. It's a one-time thing. You'll drag it out onto the battlefield, and it'll have like a little targeting radius, and then it'll cast right there. Inflicts damage to units within range and stuns. The stun effect duration is 2 seconds. It deals 315 damage to a creature and only 158 damage to guardians. I'll explain that in a second. And it has a range of 3 meters, and you can see the preview for that. Boom. And anything left over gets stunned, right? Pretty simple. This is a ricochet ratchet bomb. You get that one for free. It's actually pretty good. And then I got a Vexing Devils. Summons 2 fast-moving devils. They run to the enemy to self-destruct, inflicting massive damage to surrounding enemy units. So you can select the damage right here, 315. and then their attack is also 315, but they don't attack, they run, and then they self-destruct. And their movement type is ground with a very fast movement speed. Not entirely sure what that means, but you can hit the preview and they book it, and they kind of just jump onto the enemy and blow up. It's actually kind of fun. Yeah, other things, some key things. So I select this shock, and you can see on the bottom it has a 2 and the 1 out of 4. So I've leveled this shock up once. It used to be level 1, now it's level 2. And it has 1/4 because I now have 1 of 4 copies of shock. When you first start playing, take this for example. Oh, that's already level 2. Let's find a level 1. No, I have one right here. Okay. This Hedron Scout, right? Summons 3 units, are creatures, melee attack around enemy units. So it summons 3 of these little scout guys. It costs 1 mana. It's an artifact, so any of my decks can use it. This card itself is level 1. That's what that denotes. And the 10 out of 2 means that I have 10 copies of this card out of packs, rewards, or what have you. And I need 2 of them to level up. So if I hit the level up button, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to, but it'll cost 300 gold. It'll make my card better because I can only have like 1 copy anyway. So what do the extra copies do? They level up your cards. So if I level it up once, I'll have 118 HP and 136 damage with this card instead of the normal 118 and 136. Oh, I guess it doesn't do the math for me. So this would be 124 and the 124, and then the attack would be 142, which is like whatever, right? And then if you get your card up to level 2, like my shock, it's already leveled up, and now I need 4 copies to level it up to level 3. And if your card's at level 3, you need 8 copies, and so on and so forth. So that's kind of how they manage duplicate cards. Now the interesting thing is that your Planeswalker also does stuff, right? So your Planeswalker is essentially a card you can play. It's a unit that you have. This Planeswalker, Chandra, a Planeswalker who specializes in damaging multiple enemies with fire spells. When a Planeswalker enters the battlefield, fires a flying phoenix that pierces through enemy units. You can see the flavor text. Most Planeswalker cards don't have flavor text. That's why I said it's probably different than what's on the cards. Spontaneous combustion is a myth. If you burst into flames, someone wanted you to. But Chandra has 1000 HP. Takes a second to deploy. I don't know why I needed to know that. Fast movement speed, not very fast. Summon effect Fire Phoenix with 124 damage. Normal attack is 248. Attacks air and ground units with an attack speed of 1.4 seconds. And then the skill is Chandra's Fury. Now, skill is also something we're going to go over in a second. So let's hit the preview. So that animation is when it enters the battlefield. That's the basic attack animation. And then the Planeswalker skill, once your Planeswalker is deployed in the spot where the Planeswalker card is, you get like an extra card. And that's the Planeswalker skill, so you can choose to activate that whenever you want while your Planeswalker is out. Your Planeswalker can die though. You get like three Planeswalker like lives, and then once you take a tower, you get another one. And then once ManaStrike is activated, you get another one. So we'll go over that in a bit. And then I kind of just have, a deck for each Planeswalker that I currently have, which is the 5 basic ones for the 5 colors, right? So we're just going to stick with the red one, and let's play a game. We're going to battle. We're going to battle. And my Chandra's level 3 because I've been playing with it a lot. So once we finish a game, you guys can see like what the on the battle play. You can kind of see what the how the reward system kind of works, and what kind of experience points happen and don't happen, and things like that. So we're starting the game. This is my side, the left side. The right side is my opponent's. They have their 2 towers right there, and then their like big thing. I'm just gonna start playing some creatures. They didn't play anything, so I'm gonna play stuff instead. Waiting for them to respond. There's the response right there. Play out this. See, my Chandra got trampled by all those boars. That kind of sucks. Oh, there's a guy. Oh, Chandra died. So now I had the Planeswalker ability card where Chandra was over here in the corner. So I can choose to redeploy her as long as I have a card for her. I'm going to choose to hold back because they're being kind of aggressive right now. I'm going to just shock them real quick. My tower should be able to take care of these stragglers while I wait for my mana to come back. So the way you win, normally in a MOBA, you kind of have to like take out the opponent tower or whatever the opponent thing is. Each of these games can only be, I think, 3 minutes long or 2.5 minutes long. So whenever a tower gets knocked down, you get a point, no matter what. I think they're gonna bore again. Yeah. Now we Chandra after the ball went down. So now I'm gonna use my ability as soon as they play another creature. I drag my ability over, plop it down. Chandra does her thing. I get a point. So that gives me another card for Chandra. And any of these creatures that I'm playing, I can only play on my side of the field or close to like the general vicinity of where my Planeswalker is. That's kind of just like the rule for it. I'm gonna save these burn spells for. Actually, I might just summon a Hound Golem right now. Oh. Whoops. Alright, ManaStrike is active. So for the last minute, ManaStrike is active. That means both players' mana is just double fast. Like it just generates faster. So you kind of just start throwing everything out. But I already took a tower, so I'm a point ahead. Our opponent is behind right now. But I have all the AoE in the world. So I should be able to take care of this and time them out. And if we have an equal amount of points, then it goes into sudden death to whoever can get the next point, the tower point. Oh, there's China. So I'm basically just out of Planeswalkers. So we're kind of just forced to take his tower, which we definitely can. Match will be ending soon. ManaStrike never really goes away. Oh, they summon this. Oh no, sudden death. So they have to take. If they were smart, they probably should take my tower up there. Would be a better bet for them. I think I can just keep shocking. Oh no, that's not enough damage. Never mind. We might lose this one. Oh no, you guys! I don't want to lose. It's the first game on stream. Come on, Stormfleet guy. I've never had a game go like this. This is actually very awkward. Thankfully our Falconwrath person was like out of the way of these floors. Gotcha bomb. I'm out of Planeswalker cards. I could like focus on the tower instead, but their tower here is like wide open. But I can't let them take a tower either, because then I'll lose. We might tie. I've never tied before, actually. And both of our secondary towers are pretty even, but mine, yeah, we just draw. Okay, that's never happened to me before. Interesting. So I get +1 battle reward, that's for my packs. I got 1 spark because I took 1 tower. And there's a daily max of 30, so I was playing earlier and I hit the daily max and I was very upset. And then I get various experience points. So I got 1 point to go to my skilled, which is that. I got 1 to go here for my packs. I got 1 to go over here to raise that score. I got 1 in the magic pass. And these are like where your daily activities are, but I've never seen these go away. So I think these are just constant, these 2 things over here. We actually got some to open up a pack. Look at us getting a pack. We got 2 blue cards, 1 white card, 1 green card, and some gold. Not that bad. I want to win a game. I want to win.